What is good, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video, and in this one I'm going to be talking about the one and only Tesla stock and what you should be looking out for the future of this company. I'm also going to break down the key support and resistance levels and use that to give you guys my price prediction for tomorrow for Tesla. I'm also going to be talking about what's going on with Apple's earnings report, as they just posted a very big beat. They did very well in their latest earnings, and this is going to be very important for the market. I'm also going to talk about the US GDP, what this means for our economy going forward, and what the news is saying about Tesla that's very important for the stock. Now, before I break down all the news that's coming out, what's going on with our economy and Apple and Tesla going forward, before I give any price predictions, I do have to mention a couple of things real quick. The first thing is, as you guys know, I'm not a financial planner, so please don't take this as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. It not only benefits me, it benefits the entire Tesla community as a whole. And the last thing is, if you guys can, please check out the Webull link down below and in the description. If you sign up for Webull with the link down below and deposit any amount of money, whether it's $1 or $100, it's up to you. You are guaranteed 5 free stocks, each worth up to $2,000, and you could always sell these 5 free stocks for cash and use that cash to buy some Tesla shares for free. This is a limited time offer that ends in 2 weeks, so please check it out to get your free Tesla shares. With that out of the way, let's get on with the video. So looking at Tesla, as you guys can see right now, we were down about 0.45% for the day. I did predict that we would be very close to that $900 range when closing, and I thought we would actually close a little bit in the green around that high 800s, maybe 890, 895. We ended up closing a little bit below that, but we ended up being red instead of a little bit green like I thought. But that's a-okay, because when I told you was similar to what ended up playing out, I warned you guys in my previous video that if Tesla dropped really hard, we would have some support at 850. If we broke past that, the next key support level is 825. That's where we could get a bounce around that range. We ended up getting a bounce at 821, so it was very close. If you paid very close attention, you would have known that. So that's just another indicator of how these support levels and resistance levels, could be very big and important when actually looking at the stock or any stock in general. But before I talk about the market, let's actually look at two very important sectors. So right here, we have the latest quarter report for our GDP, our gross domestic product, and it actually fell at a rate of 1.4% to start this year. Now, the reason why this is significant is because of the fact that when you have a situation in our economy where you have GDP growth that's negative for 2 quarters in a row, that is what's known as a recession. That's the dictionary definition or the economic definition of it. I know there are different definitions of it, but that is the most commonly accepted one. And the question is, are we in a recession right now? In order to answer that question, we're going to have to wait for the next report to come out. If it is negative, then that could not be very good for the markets. Obviously, the market could take a hit because of that. So we're going to have to wait another 3 months to really find out. It's also possible that it's positive, right? It could be positive instead of negative, and that would stop us from being in a true recession until that time. But I just wanted to warn you guys about this and put this out there that our economy, it's not in the best of states right now. We're not truly in a recession yet. I can't promise that because we have to see more data in order to confirm that. But right now, it's not in the best of states, and that can have somewhat of an effect on the market. But the thing about a recession is that a recession doesn't guarantee a market's just going to crash for an entire year. The stock market is not 100% correlated with the markets, but this is something to at least keep in your minds, because the economy could be horrible, right? It was not the best in 2020, yet the market continued to rally, as you guys know. So it's just something to at least keep at the back of your minds. Now, I also want to talk about this right here. Apple just had their earnings report, and this was actually incredible. Absolutely incredible. They had a huge beat. They crushed all expectations. And let me show you the different sectors. They beat EPS, earnings per share. They ended up reporting $1.52 for their earnings per share. That was versus the $1.43 estimate. So they beat it by over 9 cents. That's good, really good. On top of that, revenue was a big beat too, up 8.59% year over year. Their revenue was over 97 million compared to the 93.8 million expectation. Once again, killing it. The iPhone revenue was up 5.5%. Their services revenue was up 17%. Other product revenue up 12%, MacBook revenue 14%. They killed it. They did very, very well here. Huge, huge, huge congratulations to Apple. And now you guys are probably wondering, why on earth am I talking about Apple? What does this have to do with the market and Tesla? Well, remember something. Apple is worth more than $1 trillion in terms of its market cap. Apple is a giant, a massive, massive giant. Imagine Apple lost and they did a horrible job at their earnings report. The entire market would take a big hit because when you have these massive giants out there, it will essentially collectively affect the market at least to some degree. So a lot of stocks, especially tech stocks, can be affected by this. But because they posted a big beat, it is possible that Tesla can do all right. Now, one of the last things I want to actually talk about involving the news before I talk about the price is this right here. There are lots of articles out there talking about the fact that Tesla's not in the best of state. There's lots of FUD out there, right? A lot of these fear-mongering articles, they're talking about the fact that Tesla is just getting beat up over the fact that we have this confusion over the Twitter acquisition. Is Elon Musk selling more shares? Is he going to do something like that? The thing is, there's no confirmation of Elon Musk selling Tesla shares just yet, or I don't even know if it's even going to happen. So don't sell or give up based off that news, right? We don't know it yet, so just remain calm, cool, and collected. Don't let lots of FUD get into your head. And this is something that's actually mentioned in this article, so I do respect Electric for that, but I think there are better ways they could have worded other things. But anyways, let's just get on with the analysis now. So what should you be looking out for? As always, I like to go over the key support and resistance levels first before I do an analysis and my predictions. So the first thing to remember is, let's pretend Tesla starts running to the upside. It starts rallying. We're going to have resistance at $900 flat. There's going to be resistance at around 910 to 919, another resistance level, which means Tesla could get rejected in those ranges. But if we somehow break past 920, this thing would soar to 941, and we could get a rejection off that or within a range around there. So these are just the key levels to keep in your mind. When it comes to support, we have support at 875 or around that range. I think Tesla acted like 877 was it, but you guys can see how this played out. I'm going to show you in a second. If we fall past or below 875, we're going to drop to 850. 850 should be support. We actually saw we kind of saw it right here, maybe not perfectly around that range, maybe 845. It might be closer to like 845, right? Like 847, right? If we get rejected off 847, if we keep on dropping and dropping, the next key support is that 825 to 821 range. Now, in my previous video, I talked about 825 could be that really low bounce if we were to crash. Well, check this out right here. Tesla bounced off 821, so it was very, very close to where we got that bounce. It just goes to show that these key levels of support are very important, and they can help you when you do start trading or if you want to do anything involving Tesla stock. Now, you could see the way Tesla moved. Check this out. Tesla was trading kind of like in this range. It drops really hard to 821. Then it starts trading in this range. We have resistance at around that 847, 850 range I was talking about. We push up. We have resistance at 875, another range I was talking about. We push up again. Like, it's very, very interesting how these support and resistance levels play out. So what's going to happen tomorrow, right? What's going on now? So to get on with that, let's actually look at the 5-minute candles. We can see right here, Tesla is still on this downward trend. So from a technical perspective, if I actually bring this all the way up to the beginning, from a technical perspective, it still looks kind of bearish. We are making those lower lows, but typically I don't expect us to just get rug pulled all the way down, because Tesla is showing some strength. Because if you look at what happened, in one day we pushed down to 821, then we managed to push almost to 900, which is a pretty good sign for Tesla. It does look like it wants to run and start a bit of a recovery, so it's still looking all right, and I do expect a recovery to come within the next week. Now, looking at the MACD, what else are we seeing? Well, as of right now, once this loads, you can see this thing has lots of volatile price action, but on the 2-hour time frame, to give you a more macro lens, we have this big drop right here. We're getting this curl from the MACD as Tesla starts to recover. So that could be a good sign, and a sign that this thing wants to start pushing up very soon. And on top of that, Apple had that good earnings, so you need to keep that in your mind. The last thing is RSI. What is RSI showing us? Right now, this thing is in very close to that oversold territory, and this thing's been dropping so hard without a nice bounce. So that's a very good indicator that eventually we are going to see a big reversal. I don't know when. hopefully within the next week to week and a half. But what is my price prediction, right? What do I think is going to happen? So I mean, for me, like I said, anything can happen based off the news. Predictions are not going to be perfect, but let me bring up the 2 hour candles and then let me make my prediction. So, what I think could happen for tomorrow is it's actually possible we get a push in the opening because of Apple's big report. It's possible Tesla pushes to that 900, maybe gets rejected, then drops, and we have some support at 875, then we get rejected, we get pushed down to 847, get a nice bounce right there. I think we're going to bounce a little bit higher than yesterday. Then we end up trading a little bit to the upside. We end up we push around that 900 range and close in the green. And I would expect this thing to close around 900 again. I think we could come very close to it. And that is what I'm predicting. I'm predicting a bit of a green day for tomorrow. I do think there's going to be lots of very volatile price action. So be prepared for that. But I do think the market's going to be a little bit green, or at least the market should do a little bit better with that nice earnings from Apple. And I do think this is going to boost Tesla a little bit, and Tesla could have a green day for tomorrow. Now, always pay attention to the key support and resistance levels. Always read the chart based off technical analysis and other things like that. Don't just trade based off my prediction. But once again, I expect a push in the opening. I expect a rejection off maybe 900. And what could happen is we try to bounce off 875, we get rejected, push down to 850. We could go a little lower, I don't know for sure, but then we're going to get a nice reversal after that. We're going to push past 875, and we should close a little bit in the green, close to 900. That is what I'm predicting. Don't trade based off that. It's just a prediction. I know lots of people like me doing that, so that's why I'm doing it. But always look at these different ranges, always be prepared for anything, and always note, okay, the market's kind of unstable because of what the Fed is doing, because there's high inflation. The market's not in the best of states, so it is affecting Tesla. But this doesn't mean Tesla's a bad company. Tesla's a fantastic company that keeps on getting better. So we are not dropping because of fundamentals. We're dropping because of FUD that's out there, because of the market, because of conditions, because of the Fed, and all these things playing their roles. This means that in the long term, we are going to recover. We're easily going to recover in the long term. We're going to break thousands of dollars a share if you're patient and you're willing to wait it out. So don't lose faith. Remain calm, cool, and collected, and get ready for tomorrow, because I do predict we're going to see a bit of a green day. With that out of the way, I want to thank each and every one of you for listening. Please enjoy the rest of the day. Tesla to the moon, and peace out.